Okay, I am back. Had to wrestle Zombie Dog back in the house. He was busy sampling the salad bar out in the backyard. You know, eating grass. Didn't want to come inside. Silly dog. Okay, let's see. Still in the house, still undetected. Some noise that we noted. Oh, I had a question, Murder. The tip you sent, did you send that direct to my PayPal, or did that go through the Streamlabs link? I asked because I'm trying to figure out if the Streamlabs link is actually working to announce the tip on one of the announcement boxes, because I suspect that it's not working anymore, and I don't know why. So knowing which direction you went, you did go through the Streamlab? Alright, I'll have to figure out what's broke. Something's broke somewhere, and I haven't been able to figure out what. It is not announcing those for some reason. Another thing to look into. 1 second. I must make a note. To-do list. Alright. The notification popped up? Did it? Did I miss it? It's in a little preview window off to the side, so I sometimes miss whether they show up or not. If it showed up, then that's fine. I guess I don't need to fix it. I didn't think it showed up. Maybe it appears before I look over there and hear the announcement. I don't know. Okay, as long as it's appearing, all's right with the world. So we're going to chalk that up to Vormithrak's inattentiveness. Okay, so how close are we? Oh, we're so close. So close. We get one more lucky street, and we can get out into the wilderness here. Normally, I would take advantage of the proximity, loot at least these 3 houses before scurrying out, but we got an open sewer here, which is usually chock full of shock zombies and technicians. They're more likely to be incandescent husks, and I don't think technicians can upgrade any further. Yeah, I don't think there are upgraded technicians. So yeah, this is going to be a close one. I heard noise to the north, so I think that house to the north might be a little too infested for us to try. I could just open the door and, you know, take a look. There is a little bit more residual smoke out here. Let's go straight across and hope... Oh, skull zombie. He detected me from there? That seems like some pretty good vision range for skull zombie. Lidless eyes stare at you from their sockets. These guys are actually pretty tough. And now they're going to be pretty fast to go along with pretty tough. Let's see. Go briefly to run mode. He's going to follow my scent trail. No, he's just going to keep coming directly at me. He's not even pretend. Oh, son of a bitch! Well, who? I don't think we're still running the still running the lottery. But there it is. There he is. The inevitable predator. Crap! I was so hoping we would make it out. Is that an ambulance next to me there? I can die inside an ambulance. Have a predator tear me apart in there. Yeah, I guessed the wrong street. I thought he would jump me on this street. We made it one extra street. Sometimes I kind of know. This is one of those times. It was inevitable. Well, zombie predator versus us. Starting character in standard clothes with nail knuckles. And other zombies on the way, of course. Now the question is, fight or run? If I run, it's going to be a crapshoot whether or not I can find cover inside the house and whether it's occupied. I might get him stuck on the side of the ambulance, but with his hop ability, it's really hard to get these guys stuck on vehicles. I think I have to sprint towards the ambulance, cut the corner and around, at least that far, then see what the positioning looks like. I was hoping to scoot up and around it, or even now that I know it's an ambulance, actually check it for gear. But not with an active predator. I really don't want to fight the predator at this stage. Avoidance is still my preferred. But if I burn more than a couple of bars of stamina, I'm going to have to turn and fight him. I'm too far from that house. He'll just hit me constantly on the way. So, let's see how this shapes up. No grabbies, grabs. No grabbies. Oh, and there's a grappler. I say no grabbers, and they send a grappler next to me. Alright, is he going to hop around? I think he's going to hop around. Bumped it. He's still trying to bump it. That's the worst one. Now the speed differential. This is me walking, 98 speed, so we're almost max speed. Cost me 110, and even the skull zombie and the grappler are catching me. That grappler's got long arms. He can actually grab me from a couple spaces. So I can't let him close even one more space. I gotta sprint to get ahead of him. Next question is, we've got a drain pipe. I could try to scramble up the drain pipe and hope there's a back of the house drain pipe I can go down. As soon as I do that maneuver, one of the things, the thing I alluded to earlier about roofs, is as soon as you're on a roof, all the zombies that know you're on the roof, meaning the ones that saw you go up or were chasing you at the time, they get granted super mega house destructo powers, and the roof and the walls and everything just starts collapsing all over the place as they try to dig their way to you. It's really annoying, it's really obvious that it's happening, and I really dislike it. It's even more apparent when you've got the 3D field of view turned on, which, you know, I personally don't recommend, but you guys do you. Oh boy. I can sprint for the drain pipe. Probably get up there. The grappler might yoink me right off the roof. Well, I don't have 3D field of view on, so as long as I can get one step back, we'll be okay. But one of the things with 3D field of view turned on is that guy will yank you off the roof. If he's here, I could be standing back, I don't know his exact yank range, but I can be standing multiple spaces back from the edge and he'll still yank me off the roof. Good times. Because you're always visible when you're on a rooftop. All the zombies can see exactly where you are. They'll move with you. They'll do all sorts of fun stuff. You'll get shocked while you're on the roof, even if you're like 8 spaces back, and yeah, you know, good stuff. House. The predator may or may not be coming around that thing. It sounds like he's still trapped over there. He's still my primary concern, but we've burned a bar of stamina. I'll likely have to break a window to get in. Might get lucky with the door. There might be occupants. And I could get somebody else encountered. There's not going to be any enemies on the house roof. That at least is, I'm sure of. Yeah, I think in this case it's going to be drain pipe. Pray we get lucky one more time dropping off the far side, or even shimmying down the drain pipe on the far side. And these guys will hopefully get tied up for a short bit of time. So stay in run mode, and let's see if we can get up there before we get yoinked. Climb west, young man. Get away from the edge before you get yoinked. Alright, so we are on the roof. Trying to find a drain pipe. We got a putting green flag. There's one drain pipe. That's not ideally placed. I want one on this back corner, and there is not one. Crap. There's usually only 2. This is not great. That is bad. That puts us dropping off on the side of the sewer. I really don't like that option. And we're loaded up a little heavier now. Only 32 out of my 143 pounds. We haven't added any encumbrance beyond whatever's added by the messenger bag getting fuller. More full. Choices, choices. Once we drop into the forest, where do we go? Good. Circle out and down. I don't think this has any zombies inherently. And kind of follow the road. Dark. We're not going to be able to see much. We're looking for staying alive long enough to spot and get to like a farm. One of the farms that has no spawns, or last man on earth shelter, evac shelter, any of those kinds of things. So I gotta weigh the risk of trying to drop down and search this house a bit before we take off, knowing what's in the front of the house. Do I use the drain pipe? I don't want to use that drain pipe. I'm gonna go off the backside here. We're going to pray we get lucky with the RNG one more time. One more lucky roll, please. Alright, we made it. They even have an open window back here for us. Ooh, a headlamp. Leather pants. Thermoelectric suits. We gotta take the headlamp. Leather pants. I believe clothing has undergone a fairly radical shift as well. I've been running that Noah's Ark run for so long now. There's been quite a few changes that I haven't seen yet. So I did update on the fly with the Noah's Ark for most of it. I think I did skip the last one. But I'm pretty sure clothing protection ratings have been nerfed quite heavily. Especially things like turnout gear. Everybody used to go for the turnout gear from the firemen. So take a look at the turnout gear now. Here's the turnout coat. Protection. I think these were a lot higher previously. I'm trying to remember. I don't remember the old numbers, but they're now... how does it work now? It's material type and like thickness of material or something. I forgot. I didn't read it in detail. So... Well, the poor fit doesn't have anything to do with the protection values. That's just the encumbrance values. All I'm looking at right now is the protection values. Those don't change whether it's fitted or not. They're not supposed to. However. But, yeah, we gotta be a little cautious, because some of my assumptions about things are going to be different now. 1.5. I think leather pants used to be 3. I want to say it was 3, so it looks like it's been cut in half. That's really... Well, I guess it's significant, but if the other things have also been cut, then... If just this one thing wasn't picked on, if they're all adjusted, then the whole scale has changed. Basically, it means all the zombies got granted a fairly significant damage bonus. Everything the player has access to for protected got adjusted. I think that goes outside. Oh, basement. Get me in the basement. Please have a... Well, let's see. Please don't have a crocodile. Please don't have ants. I don't think there's ants, but we're close enough that there could be ants. Don't have any zombies. Just have a nice big sewing basement with a water heater with like 100 units of water. That's what I'm asking for. Frog Mother? Frog Mother! I haven't seen one yet. I have yet to encounter the Frog Mother in a basement. Well, the penguins are neutral, so they won't come after me unless I hit them first, so I'm not worried about the penguins. 120% speed gator. That would be pretty bad. Although it's an animal, so if I could get upstairs and get a door closed would be okay. But there's a few possibilities. Let's peek it. Peek down. Oh, look at that! Look at that! I think we're gonna get my wish. Please, please, please. Turn on the headlamp. Oh, look at this glorious basement with stuff and a water heater. And it's empty. It's not one of the specialist basements, but it's got a few things. Even got, this would make a great base for this kind of a run. What's in the boxes? Advanced physical chem. Some powder candy sticks that are old. And some detergent. What else? Clean water. I'll take a bottle of water. Nothing. And some shorts. Alright, not as good as a sewing machine or sewing enthusiast basement or one of those types. Please have water. How much? 68 clean water. There you go, we're in business. Let's go make a mess in the corner. You know, relieve ourselves. Dispense into a container, gallon jug. Dispense into a container, bottle. Dispense into a container, that's it. Alright, cool. And then fill my belly. Wait 5 minutes. Fill my belly again. Okay, look at that. Got our vegetable cooking oil for emergency rations, some Spam, some yogurt, and some water. A little bit of bandage and some aspirin. We're in really good shape. So far, we've gotten pretty lucky. Nothing else down here. Go ahead and turn that back off. How much more creeping around can we get away with? And tomatoes. Nah, no canned tomato. That's the second vehicle. Worn drive belt. So we could drive it until the battery will run out, and then we'd have to stop. But that's the second. I've checked 2 vehicles now, and both vehicles appear to be able to drive at least a short distance. The other vehicle was still a little bit of a mystery. We didn't know what the fault was, and I couldn't check it while we were traveling. But yeah. Naturally, I take Wayfarer, and the game throws working vehicles at me. It just likes to rub it in. Okay, lighter. What have I got? I've got the pocketbook for 20. Take a lighter. Take the screwdriver to go with my hammer. And the long string. Cast iron pot. That's a bit much. Take another yogurt and a pudding. If I'm going out in the woods, technically I would need the pot, but I don't think I can carry the pot. Never mind. Popular mechanics. That's what, mechanics 1, I believe. Uh-oh. Crouch mode. Pass some time. Risk it or don't risk it. The last couple of rooms of the house, I believe it's like a front study room, bathroom, bedroom. Or get out clean. And then start braving the dark, scary woods. I only heard the one tiny noise and it hasn't repeated. Alright, I'm gonna risk it. We're gonna stay in sneak mode though. Uh-oh. Possible it's noises from outside the house, not directly in that bathroom. The location of the noise indicator is not precise. So I think it's something shuffling around outside the house. Oh, locked door. That might be a suicide bathroom. We're not going to bother trying to find out. No blanket and pillow. Wouldn't have much luck carrying them anyway. So, we got a pot to cook in. We've got light source, fire source. Got the hammer and the screwdriver. I don't have a crowbar built, but I'm not worried about that for now. Sewing kit, some decent food and water. A couple of minor books, and some string. I could rip down some curtains for some more string before we take off. It's possible I will want to creep back to this house, so let's not take too much. Anything else I want to try to craft before we head out? I don't think so. Fortunately, trying to get to any other loot sources is going to require me to go back out on the street where the predator will be able to see me. I unfortunately think it's time to go into the woods. I'm kind of dreading it. Death by woodland creature at hyperspeed is a real thing. That should be far enough that animals can't get to me easily. I'm thinking of kind of skimming the edge here and seeing if we can dip into cover, catch a couple more houses on our way down to this roadway. I can't remember what this looks like. We might go take a look at it as well. So, I don't want to go on the street and be sightable by the predators, so we're going to need to keep going west a bit. Turn on safe mode. Start traveling a little faster with safe mode on. Uh-oh. I heard something. Oh, is this part of the park? Ooh, I'm a little closer to the park than I thought. Vendor carts. Park's usually got a ton of zombies, so I'm a little... Oh, a bike, but I can't ride it. Damn you. No, not the feral humans. So we recently discovered that feral humans are now throwing rocks only at your torso and hitting for 14 damage. That equals a dead human really, really quick. So, look at that. Look at that beautiful mountain bike that I can't ride. Ugh. Nothing I want here. Let's go to creep away mode. Hopefully he doesn't catch my scent cloud before we get far enough away. Actually, do feral humans get the scent cloud ability? Because that seems a little out of the pale. Does anybody know? I don't think I've ever actually tested that. Do feral humans get to follow a scent cloud like zombies do? I'm not certain. I don't think they should. They're just humans. They're just, you know, crazed and dirty and all that. But I think they likely do. I think they behave like zombies, but I don't think they should get the follow scent trail. Alright, well, we got around the park successfully. Keep going south, and we'll cut back in. Oop, back to safe mode on. We'll cut back in towards the house. Oops. Trapped myself in the trees there. Alright, let's try to poke our way over there. Hopefully there's no predators on the outside edge of the housing area here. I don't believe the feral humans... Well, they might, but, I mean, any dead... Everything's already infested with blobs, so... All of the humans come back as zombies, so that doesn't really say anything. That's why the random corpses you find out in fields nowadays also stand up and come and try to give you a nice zombie hug. Well, we made it into another house. I didn't actually take a knife yet, did I? I took the X-Acto knife. Like a steak knife. Oh, there's the good lighter there. Get rid of that other lighter. And pliers. Another long string. Fruit jam. Tea leaves. Don't care. Battle hammer. Oh, another locked door. That's a blanket now? Okay. Balaclava. And poor fit combat boots. Poor fit combat boots. What I need is arm guards and leg guards. I need arm guards and leg guards to show up. Maybe some rollerblades. You think you can survive this challenge? I didn't think so at first. We've gotten a little lucky in this one so far. But I don't think I'll likely survive unless I play, like, ultra cautious, which is pretty boring. So, and even then, I'm likely to get killed. I mean, the 120% speed, I cannot state enough how drastically that changes the game balance. It just, in ways you don't really consider at first, because there's a fine line with speed settings where on default settings at normal character status, meaning you're not taking any big negatives or have any big bonuses and all that, where if you and a standard zombie are 3 spaces apart and you start walking away from the zombie, meaning not burning extra stamina, you will eventually get away from that zombie. Because you are just slightly faster than them enough that you can maintain and actually get a lead over time. So when you shift that balance by 20%, you no longer have that option. You absolutely cannot escape from zombies ever, just through walking. And even stamina and sprinting, that's a limited resource. A lot of the zombies I can't even sprint away from. They'll still be able to maintain pace with me even at sprint speed. So that tiny thing is actually massively important. That's such a huge difference, balance-wise, having all the zombies be able to always catch you at all times, and only having short bursts of speed available to you. Because that means if I meet a zombie out in the open, and there's no cover nearby, and he sees me, if I can't break contact before my stamina bar runs out, I'm guaranteed dead. Well, unless I can kill him, of course, through fighting. But I have to make those judgment calls pretty easily. So, yeah, I tried to handicap myself so many different ways in this one, and vehicles is a huge one for this kind of a setup with the zombie speed and the evolution settings and so on. I tried to snip as many of my normal easy outs as I could, so we'll see. Alright, what are combat boots nowadays? Still pretty good protection. Terrible encumbrance. I know they're not fitted. I'm not going to get them fitted anytime soon. I'd like them for the protection, but I'm going to stick with my sneakers. I can't afford that additional slowdown that the combat boots would give me from the encumbrance. But yeah, that speed rating, I don't fiddle with it often. And when I do, I have to really put an effort into explaining to people just how massive a change it makes to the game. You're also not just making the zombies move faster. you're making them attack faster as well. So something that gets 4 attacks a round, normal settings, is going to get 5 attacks per round. So it affects more than just their movement speed, because it's their action points that are increasing, so they can move faster or farther. And they also get to use those for how many attacks they make. So I don't think it affects the timers on their special abilities. I think those are hard-coded to turns or rounds as opposed to action points. I could be wrong about that, but that's my feeling from the other times I've fiddled with the speed setting. Okay, I think that's all we're going to get out of this house. No basement. I can't get into this one door unless there's a window I can get in through. Could break the window, but for that kind of room, a bit... Oh, there's an opening. These... I'm nervous. A lot of how I stay alive in these kinds of situations is I have an understanding of lines of sight. So by coming around the edge of this building, I just opened up a fairly large line of sight. So any night vision equipped zombies down this line to this other house are now going to be able to see me as soon as I stepped from here out around this corner. So I know this kind of thing, and I check these maps to keep an eye on that. And I'm always trying to move like between buildings to cut down on my lines of sight. I understand that if I go out in the street, I'm going to have a big line of sight where they're going to be able to see me. That kind of stuff goes a long ways towards things I do that I don't really explain in detail a lot of times. They're just things I automatically do nowadays after playing the game so much. But they help out tremendously in staying alive. Well, that's a whole bunch of nothing useful. Alright, so this house is, I don't really need to mark it because I'm probably never going to be back here, but I think we're done there. Make sure safe mode's on again. Bail back out of here. Food and hunger still good. Whoops. Another skull zombie. I don't think there are any regular zombies in my world. I think they're all upgraded pieces of crap. Super zombies. And there's something coming up behind him as well, which may or may not be able to see me until I know for sure what it is. This is part of that computation I have to make, knowing the speeds involved and that I can't walk away from this. I have to lose him before I run out of stamina, and my scent trail is going to lead him to me for a long time. That's the other thing. I haven't shown the scent trail in a while. So here's the scent trail, if you're not familiar, if you're newer to the game or haven't seen me explain it before. This is what's called the scent cloud, so you can see where I've been already. The bigger the number, the stronger the scent, and different zombies have different scent levels or skill. Usually standard zombies aren't going to detect you below a 10 or so. I don't know the exact number, but it's in the region of 10. So a regular zombie from here north of me wouldn't be able to smell me. Zombie right there could get a whiff. Down further, definitely going to get a whiff. And all they do is they just follow the big numbers. The bigger the number, the stronger the smell. They just move from number to number along this trail. That's how they follow you with the scent. And when you get to where I'm at, it's a whiffy 202 value. So it dissipates fairly quickly, and then it'll billow around me in a big cloud. This is another thing I have an issue with. A lot of the stealth mechanics are really useless because they only affect right up close to you, and your scent cloud is going to give you away anyway. So who cares if instead of having a noise go 7 squares, it goes 6 squares? Percentage-wise, that sounds good, but that makes no difference if your scent cloud billows out to 10 squares. So there are various of the quote-unquote stealth traits that you can take that I think are just really useless, because scent is going to give you away 90% of the time anyway, and the benefit you get from the trait is offset by the fact that their other sense is going to bring them to you anyway. So you got to kind of consider that when you're picking different traits and spending the points and all that. Just realize there are other factors involved on whether or not zombies are coming at you. So, go away, scent trail. Alright, so the smart move is to back away, try to break contact, but I got two options. I can try to get into the house and lose them through the house. If I go out into the woods, it's a crapshoot. Scent trail's going to keep bringing him towards me until I get far enough away that the trail peters out, and that means I have to get even further distance from a nearly adjacent start. I could try to use the house, but it could be populated with zombies, and I could compound my problem. Then I'll be burning stamina before I even start the race out. So, what to do. Always the thing I can't see that worries me. Not sure how well we do on a fight against the skull zombie. If it was just us and him, I might try a few rounds of fighting to see how we do. But hearing back up behind him, our combat sounds are going to draw that, whatever it is, in if it doesn't already know where I'm at. I'm going to go this way and then south a bit, see how fast he keeps up with me. I may curve to try to get to the house. I may curve the other direction depending on what develops. So, do that. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. So as you can see, he's not having any problem keeping up with me in walk mode. He might be able to walk his pace and get a successful grab off. Have I blocked anything? Not so far. So far he's just fast enough to keep up with me. Whether he can actually move and ever get an attack in or get a grab in, I'm not sure. That will take some extra time. I haven't played on 120% speed. I think I've only done it once, so I don't have enough experience at this speed to know which ones can and can't keep up with me and actually get attacks in. If he's just going to trail around behind me, that's fine. I don't mind that. I'm going to put a short burst of speed on just to get a space or two. Alright, so screen is not going to stop him. If I go up to the screen, the door may or may not be locked. Then I'd have to get back out again through the screen or around him. I think it's better if I go hug the wall, look for a window, and adjust from there. Go back to run mode for another couple of spaces. Back to walk mode. It's in this kind of a scenario especially, it's so extremely critical that I maintain my stamina. You're going to see me do this a lot, where I just, because we're so close in speed, I can afford to turn my run speed on for a couple of spaces and then turn it off, and by the time he catches back up, my stamina will be recovered again. In that way, I can keep leapfrogging forward ahead of him, stay safe, but maintain a strong stamina in case something changes, an emergency or something else shows up. Just the mistake most rookie players make is they just turn run mode on and just leave it on and keep running. And then they immediately get into a problem when something else shows up and they can't react to it because they're out of stamina. So it's not important to me that this guy's close to me. As long as he's not directly adjacent, I could care less about this guy. I'll eventually lose him with no problem. It'll make it harder for me to get into the building and all that to loot, but he's no danger to me directly. So because of that, I'm not going to go to any extra effort to lose him at the moment. I'll lose him when I have a better opportunity to, using the building to do so. But like I said, it's always the things you don't see, or at least for me, it's the things I don't see that kill me. I can deal with damn near everything I know about. I can make plans, and I know the movement rates and damage levels and all that kind of stuff. It's always the unknown that's tricky. So, we have an open window. Oh my gosh, I'm so surprised. Once again, why the hell are you people always bothering me about lockpicking? I don't understand you. You're all crazy. Lockpicking is stupid. Stop doing it. So saith Vormithrax. Alright. Yeah, we'll just walk in the house. He'll follow us in. He'll break a window, which is going to make noise. That's actually, I'm more concerned about that. I don't specifically need the smartphone. Entryway. I think there's a coat rack there, and then the table. House is going to open out this direction. I'm clear to travel in a few directions. We heard a noise out this way. Could have been a rabbit. Who knows? Didn't come right at me, so we're okay. If you're doing it for a theme version, sure. I mean, if you want to play Master Thief, feel free. But answer me this, how many actually useful things did you get out of all those safes and banks? That's my main issue with it. It's not that I'm against lockpicking in general. It's just that I find no use for it in lockpicking houses, because there's almost always an open window. If there's not an open window and you have scouted for windows, you know there are no zombies in an area and you can easily break a window for near zero danger, and it happens instantly. So I would rather make noise 15 once in 1 second than be sitting there in the dark trying to pick a lock for 2 minutes while everything's moving around me randomly. But it's the fact that there's nothing in any of these locked places. I mean, lockpicking vaults and safes and gun safes and so on, largely they're empty, and the few things they might have I would never use anyway. So I could just really, really, really care less about locks and lockpicking. Forced circumstances like the prison escape, or artificially set up situations like that, or you know, a theme that you're doing for your own enjoyment, that's different. That's separate. But for general purposes, it's dumb. It doesn't mesh well with the rest of the mechanics or tactical situations in the game, and there's no reward for doing it. So I don't understand people that insist that on actually, you know, doing it. You want to be stealthy? I'm being stealthy. I mean, I'm running around in an ultra hard game world, and I'm just going in windows, and there isn't a convenient one, then I'm scouting the area and I'm listening quietly to make sure there's nothing nearby, then I'm breaking the window and going in. So it literally takes minutes. That's hundreds of rounds to lockpick at low skill or no skill early game. Alright, so him and a buddy is still coming up behind me. What is that? Bread knife? There's the noise. We knew he was going to do that. I think this is a bathroom with no way out. This is, I want to say, a bedroom. Is this a duplex? I don't think this is a duplex. This is where knowing the house layouts is really important, because if I commit to coming down here and there's not a way out, I gotta go back out past this guy. I can't remember if there's a window in here. I think there is. I want to say this is like a utility or a bathroom with a window, and this is a bedroom. That's my guesstimate. Yeah, bathroom, but looks like no window. Cough syrup and more aspirin. Alright, yeah, there's got to be a window. There we go. So we got a door between us. He's going to come through that door pretty quickly. We'll shuffle on over to the other side of the duplex. Oh, locked door! Not good. Get me out of here. I hate duplexes. I hate duplexes. One more house there. Oh, craft shop. Craft shop would be pretty... I'd be pretty interested in a craft shop on other difficulty settings, but... Construction site, there could be a pristine condition excavator right here, just waiting for me to not drive it. Alright, let's bail out this way, see if that guy catches up to me. I think we're far enough out now. If he is chasing me, he's not likely to be able to continue. Back to safe mode, back to walk mode. Yeah, but I think a lot of new players, they run away from things they shouldn't, and they run too much. It's the big... Well, hi, Gargoyle, that was a level, Z level above me and just dropped down and DFA'd me.